Today let's do a chapter featuring Akaashi. So as children, you and Akaashi are out exploring. He says, "Hey, I said to wait up. There's no need to go through a dog hole like this." "So, you said let's go on an adventure, but just how far are you planning to go?" You tell him you want to go to Fukuro Park, and he says the one behind Fukurodani High School? That's even further away than our elementary school. Why do you want to go somewhere so far away? You tell him that the owl-headed 4th grader told you that there's a spot that shines in the darkness there. Akaashi says, "Really? It shines? Then let's go. It's this way, right?" But you stop walking, and he says, "Hey, why'd you stop?" You tell him you don't know the way, and he says, "What?" I'm surprised you even wanted to come, only knowing the path halfway there. I don't know the way there either, so what should we do? You start tearing up, and he says, "You don't have to cry like that. It's okay. I've been there with my mom before, so if we can find a familiar path, I'm sure I can find my way." You ask him what happens if you can never find a way home, and he starts tearing up too. He says it's fine, there are police boxes everywhere. I remember our home phone number, so if I could just borrow a phone from someone. Oh, look, that jersey. They're from Fukurodani High. The big brother next door wears the same jersey. He always tells me that Fukurodani is the strongest in volleyball, so it's definitely true. If we follow those people, maybe we can make it to the park. You tell him maybe you should just head home, and he says, "What are you saying now? We're going on an adventure, remember? Don't worry. Even if we get lost, I'll protect you until we get home." So you're older now, and you're on a school trip to Kyoto with Akaashi. He says, "What a steep slope. It's really starting to get to me. Are you okay?" You tell him as expected of Kyoto, and he laughs and says, "What does that even mean?" "Just a little more. Come on, we can do it. By the way, you really seemed like you wanted to visit the Kyomizudera temple. Is there something happening there?" You tell him you wanted to visit the house deity, and he says, "If I remember correctly, the one in the Kyomizudera temple specializes in matchmaking." Huh. So, you had a person like that to you. I didn't know. Even though I was so close to you. But even if we're childhood friends who've known each other for so long, it's better to go to things like this with that kind of person. I'm happy for you. But you squeeze his hand and he says, "Ow, what?" You tell him the person you go with has to be him, and he finally seems to get the hint. He says, He says, "I understand. Let's go together. Just give me a minute."